Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala rasulillahi amma ba'd. The author, Al-Hafidh al-Dhahabi, rahimahullah ta'ala, says in his book Al-Kaba'ir, Al-Kabiratul Rabi'a wa Thalathun, Al-Khiyana. Major sin, number 34, Al-Khiyana, which could be translated to mean treachery, or breaking your pledge, or breaking your oath, stabbing someone in the back. This chapter heading is similar to a few chapter headings or to a few chapters that have been previously mentioned and to a few that are going to come, bi-idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. Previous and following, bi-idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, with regards to breaking one's word, telling lies, stabbing someone in the back, not fulfilling your pledge and your covenant. The author, rahimahullah, he says, قال الله تعالى لا تخونوا الله والرسول وتخونوا أماناتكم وأنتم تعلمون. Allah the Sublime, the Most High, says in Surah Al-Anfal, chapter 8, verse 27, do not betray Allah and the Messenger. Do not betray your amanat, your trusts, your pledges, your oaths, the things that are amana, whilst you know. This verse clearly proves that it is impermissible to betray, impermissible to break your pledge and your oath, but it does not prove that it is a major sin. The author, rahimahullah, he then says, وَقَالَ تَعَالَى وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي كَيْدَ الْخَائِنِينَ. In Surah Yusuf, verse 52, Allah Almighty and the Most High, he says, and indeed Allah does not guide the plot of the kha'ineen, the plot of the treacherous. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about the story of Yusuf and the wife of Aziz and him being set up and framed and put in jail, etc. This verse also does not necessarily show that khiyana is a major sin. It doesn't necessarily state that it's a major sin, but it informs us that it is unlawful, whereas Allah does not guide it. It will not be made a success. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم لا إيمان لمن لا أمانة له ولا دين لمن لا عهد له. Hadith number 219, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, those who have no amana have no iman, and those who have no ahd, no pledge and covenant, they have no deen. They have no deen. This hadith is collected by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah ta'ala, and has been previously mentioned by the author. This hadith clearly proves that leaving off the amana, being treacherous, is a major sin. Whereas the Prophet ﷺ, he negated iman. No iman unless, or no iman if you do, if you don't, so on and so forth, proving that the person has been threatened with a severe threat. For the Prophet ﷺ to say there is no iman for he who does not have such and such a trait and characteristic. Hadith number 220, the author, he says, وقال آية المنافق ثلاث إذا حدث كذب وإذا وعد أخلف وإذا اؤتمن خان. Says here, the signs of the munafiq are three. Whenever he speaks, he lies. When he promises, he breaks it. And when he is given an amana, he is treacherous. And this hadith has also been previously mentioned in the book. The hadith is collected by Al-Bukhari and by Imam Muslim. And we have previously explained this hadith as well. And what's meant by munafiq, what's meant by signs of the munafiq. We've explained this in Al-Kaba'ir and also in our lessons on Al-Lu'lu wal Marjan. The author, rahimahullah ta'ala, concludes the chapter by saying, وَالْخِيَانَةُ فِي كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَبِيحَةٍ وبعضها شر من بعض وليس لمن خانك في فلس كمن خانك في أهلك ومالك وارتكب العظائم. Says here, whenever there's khiyana, then it's ugly and bad. It's repugnant, no matter what the case. However, some levels are worse than others. There are levels of khiyana which are worse than others. Someone who cheats you, someone who's treacherous with regards to $1, a coin, he takes a little bit of money from you. It's not like someone who's treacherous and stabs you in the back regarding your family, who sleeps with your wife, who cheats on your wife in your absence, who sexually abuses your child, or something like this. He says, وَمَالِكَ, and all of your wealth. He takes your property from you. He extorts you out of your wealth. Fraud and things like this. وَارْتَكَبَ الْعَظَائِمِ, and performs or commits all types of atrocities, monstrous sins with regards to you, with regards to your family, your children, your wife, with regards to your property and your wealth. So this is the end of the chapter, and it shows us that al-khiyana is haram, and the author says it's from the major sins, and it's something that is to be avoided. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for protection from that. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.